Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and that means it is the ToSalem live show for this week. Hey, if you signed up to join this week, you might have noticed that a few hours ago, what we are doing changed. I just want to talk about that before we go. We were going to wrap up our discussion about the chaos protocols today, but because of things I'm about to talk about, I shifted to today is going to be all discussion-y Q&A sorts of things. Why? Well, because if you've been watching this live stream, you know that today is a very special day for ToSalem. Today is the official premiere of The Lynn Lady, which is the audio series that we've been working on for the past few months. We have a massive event going on tonight. Dozens and dozens of people showing up. Sponsors, games, interviews, all sorts of cool stuff. I've been posting about it on the ToSalem Insta a lot. We have one free ticket, I think, left to give away on the ToSalem Insta. If you're at all interested, and getting a VIP ticket, which comes with merch and all that. But we've just been, I mean, literally, I checked my phone last night at 8 or 9 or something like that. We were doing our last full rehearsal for the audio series for the premiere tonight. And so I checked my phone just to see, check, because I was curious how much I've been sleeping lately. And it was 4 hours. 4 hours, averaging 4 hours of sleep a night for the last 3 weeks. So last night I did actually sleep for 7 hours, which was very nice. I can, again, feel human sensations. So I've just been constantly working on the Lynn Lady premiere. So apologies, today's live stream is going to be all Q&A, all just sort of answering questions, chit-chatting and talking. And then next week we'll come back and we'll finish up talking about the chaos protocols and chaos magic and all that. There is a question today about chaos magic by Dogecoin. Yeah. What's up with that? with the crypto. Man, what a fascinating time to be alive. I mean, I've been watching that. Aubrey Azrael in the Twitch chat just put something in there about the Dogecoin. Is that how you pronounce it? Doge? I don't think I've actually heard anyone say it. I've just read it. Yeah, that crypto stuff's incredible. Someday I want to do a video on magical thinking and the stock market. Someday that needs to happen. Doge. Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Doge? Dogecoin? Is that right? Doge. I'm probably going to get flagged. Thanks. I'm probably going to get flagged by Twitch and YouTube. YouTube especially. They're like, you can't talk about Dogecoin on your stream. We fire you. Support GameStop. I just think it's so hilarious, man. I just can't get enough of these these crypto stories. Yes, do the Doge. Hold on AMC. Hold on GameStop. Reveal the broken system to the whole world. It's our time. We rise. All right, I'm done with revolutionary talk. All right, so yeah, tonight we have the official premiere. Salem's Ghost of the Lynn Lady. I'll bring it up a little bit here. I know a lot of you have seen it, but it is a video game world that we have built within which we are premiering a horror audio series. Let me just bounce in and walk around a bit so you can see it if you haven't. This is what it looks like. Here we go. We are currently in the arcade room. Let's see what games we got here. You could play SimCity right there. Boom. We got Oregon Trail. We got Donkey Kong. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. We got arcade games all over the place. We got cool, weird spaces like these giant spirals, like optical illusion-y spaces. Anyway, so yeah, tonight, 6 p.m. EST, be there. One night only for the release of the Lynn Lady happening in this space. We're giving away free merch. We have drinks planned to go along with everything. We have a live DJ coming to the after party. We have, of course, the entire 6-episode audio series playing throughout the night. We'll bounce back and forth between those in the main theater here, and also all the special events and live events and all that stuff. So you too could be in this world. Dozens and dozens of people are coming now. It's going to be stupid exciting. This is all finished, what you're seeing. So if you can come tonight, this is what it's actually going to look like, except with a bunch more avatars running around doing stuff. We have all these behind the scenes featurettes. We have a gallery with all kinds of like cool stuff to check out. We have VIP lounge. That's where those stairs go to. If you want to buy a VIP ticket, VIP tickets also come with merch, real world merch, and you can use the promo code HORROR for 20% off of regularly priced tickets. So that is happening tonight. Last night we did a full run of the entire thing. We listened to the whole series. We went through all the live events and everything in order, and I got to tell you, the no sleep I think was worth it because this is the coolest thing I've ever done. It might even be the coolest thing I've ever been a part of. And I'm not generally a hyperbolic person. Look what my cast member sent me. A cast member from this sent me this. I hope she doesn't mind me showing this, but sent me this thank you letter in the mail here. And it's just this monster, but then it's got a tab that you pull and you open it. It does that. And she thought I would, I guess she thought I would appreciate a silly monster with a wormish tongue. And she was right. I do appreciate it. I love it. I was so glad to get this. So yeah, the whole cast and crew of the audio series is going to be there. If you're interested in what the audio series is about or what it sounds like or whatever, we're posting stuff on the ToSalem Insta all day. Excerpts from the audio series. Bounce over, check those out to actually listen to some of it and decide if you want to come. And on the Insta, we're giving away one more. We've been giving away over the past week. We're giving away one more VIP ticket and package that comes with the real world merch. And all you got to do is find the post. I think like it, follow ToSalem, and then comment and tag a friend, and then you're entered. And I will say the chances that you could win on this last day are actually looking pretty good because we've eliminated a lot of entrants because they bought tickets or they won. So yeah, go enter if you want to potentially be in this world with a bunch of other cool people at 6 o'clock tonight. And if you want to be sure that you get a ticket, I would head on over to ToSalem Insta as well, where you can find a link to get a ticket. So that's what's going on. This is totally done. You can come hang out with me. I will be here tonight as well, obviously, as the writer and director of this thing. Get to know me, chat in real time, in real person. That little avatar you saw also comes with video chat capability. When you walk up to somebody in the world, your video and audio automatically pops up unless you've disabled them, which means you can actually like talk to me and everyone else. We got some sponsors who are going to be there. Thorne Mooney, who was on ToSalem Podcast episode 3, I believe, still in my top favorite conversations I've ever had with anyone ever, is going to be there, and that's going to be super cool. So if you know Thorne, if you're into Wicca, she's one of my favorite Wiccan content creators, surely, and one of the best Wiccan writers out there these days, and just a fantastic person to get to know. She's going to be there. We got, what else we got? We got Oracle deck person coming, Spirit Animal Oracle deck, Bernadette King. We got Guts podcast, Dread Central Horror podcast. They're coming. We got a few other podcasts. We got The Urbanist, who's coming. He's a cool YouTube channel and Facebook who does a lot of traveling around really all over the country, but he's mostly based out of New York. I did if you want to check on the website, on the ToSalem website, sorry, I'm looking down at my phone for a second. If you want to take a look at the ToSalem website, there's an interview on the front page there where me and him, Ariel, the urbanist, walked around Salem, Massachusetts together, which was super, super fun. He's a cool guy. He's coming. He's bringing some people. We got Happy Horror Coffee Break podcast coming. Also a cool dude, Brandon. I was on his show. I don't think it's released yet. So it's an eclectic mix of, these are all sponsors I'm talking about. So they have like booths in the after party and stuff. We got a live DJ coming to the after party, DJ Loki. He's gonna be playing some, I think he said witchy, lo-fi house music, I think is what the vibe is. And I'm down, I'm there for it. It's a whole thing, everybody. It's a whole thing. If you got some time tonight, one night only, I can't even tell you, I don't even know how cool it's going to be because everything we planned with the cast and crew of like 15 people. So we have no idea how it's going to feel to be in there with real people. I highly, highly recommend it. It's an insanely memorable thing. So check that out. So that is why today's show is going to be a little bit different because I'm so focused on getting that ready that I didn't really have time to sit down with Chaos Protocols in the way that I wanted to. So we'll finish that conversation next week. But let's just this week do what we normally do here. I'm starting with water because the ToSalem event tonight is going to have me drinking a lot of whiskey, and so I need to keep my head somewhat right until until it's time to officially drink. You know, you can't start drinking before it's time to officially drink as part of your work duties. So here's some water. Cheers to you. Cheers to Salem. Stay weird, everybody. I hope you can come tonight. Let's answer some questions. Let's do some chit-chatting. Ah, l'aqua. All right. New subs. Let's do new subs. New subs. Bow, 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 bow. I need a new subs screen. That's what I really, really need in my life. Hey, we got a lot of new subs. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe it's I don't do the analytics thing very well. Maybe it's the Lynn lady. I'm not sure. But there are subs coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden. Who knows why? Surely not me. All right, here's one. We got Marty Lewis. Marty's into Bernie Sanders. He or she is into WQXR. Garrison Keillor, NPR fan. Cool. Thanks for the sub, Marty. Happy you're here. And then, hey, here's a sponsor that is coming tonight. Happy Horror Coffee Break. I didn't even know Happy Horror Coffee Break made videos. The audio that Happy Horror does, though, is hilarious and wonderful. You should check it out. We got Jessica Feeney, whose cat loves the shop vac. Let's have a look at what Jessica Feeney's cat does with the shop vac. I'm going to turn the audio off because you never know what noises cats make, and that could be a disaster. I'll turn it on. Stop yelling. Here we go.
What are you doing? What are you playing with your
I can't hear it.
Do you like the Magnum hair? What are you doing? Is it making your hair pretty?
I love that Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children book is right here. Jessica, I'm glad you're here, but I'm a little worried about the health of your cat. Thanks for subbing, Jessica Fini. All right, who else we got? We'll just do one more. How about this one? Lisa Simonetta. Oh, Lisa was last week. Sorry, I scrolled down too far. Let's do a new one. Here we go. Mamkoi 0305 is into ToSalem. Well, you can't go wrong if you're into ToSalem. Everybody says so. Southern Girl Can. What is this? Oh, cooking. Got it. This Southern Girl Can. I get it. Cosmetics. Cool. Welcome, Mom McCoy 0305. Thanks for the sub. Welcome all the new subs. ToSalem YouTube channel is doing super well. So thank you everybody for that. We have a bunch of plans for things coming up, including I have like 5 boxes in my kitchen right now that have upgrades to the live stream, because we're going to be doing a lot more live streams. I'm currently figuring out what they're all going to be. I think we're going to do like a different show every day. Don't tell anybody in case I can't actually meet that expectation. But right now the plan is a show every day, and like they're all different, like Tarot Tuesdays. I was thinking Manic Monday might be fun because I do actually have clinical hypomania. So it might be fun to just like really lean into my own mental health issues and see what happens. Yeah, so that's going to be coming up soon. I don't know when. Sometime in the near future. Lots more live streams. Erini, thanks for the new subs. I got a few Q&As, and then I got something I want to ask people's opinions on. I need your help. I desperately need your help. Let's do some Q&As first. Here are some questions. I didn't know, none of these submitted their names, so I won't say them, but here's some questions. We got to the ToSalem various places ToSalem exists. First off, we got, where is that? There it is. They say a bunch of nice stuff about the show, yada, yada, yada. Thanks, appreciate all that. Love when you guys say nice things. And then they say, the question is, do you attend any covens, religious groups, churches, etc.? The answer to that question is no. I was doing a Universalist church nearby my home for a while, and pandemic happened, and just never really felt like going back to it. I just don't like I don't like words. I don't like being the kind of vulnerable you have to be in a state of like reverence with the divine. I don't like being in that state around people. I really don't. And that's probably revealing some deep-seated emotional issues in myself, but it's true. I like to have internal ecstatic experiences in my religious practices and spiritual practices, and I don't like for those things to be seen by anybody else. So I'm not a big fan of church or covens or I love, like spiritual reading groups and discussion groups and that sort of thing. But when it comes to the actual like nitty gritty of practice around people, I'm very, very wary. I think the only thing I could ever join would be some sort of magic group, but even that is like, I'm super cautious. Um, uh, but I'm not in a hurry. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I don't think I'd ever join a coven. I shouldn't say ever, but I don't see me joining a coven because I don't really consider myself a witch. I don't really consider myself a pagan. So it would feel strange, I think, to join a coven when that's not really my jam. But if there was a coven that was like I don't know, contemporary eclectic coven that's drawing on a bunch of different traditions and not necessarily devoted to any of them, and doing sort of an equal mix of study, conversation, and practice, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that in a heartbeat. But I've yet to come across those people. If you are those people, let me know. Let me know, and I'll maybe join your group. My fee is $50,000. Next question. This is a question about the Lynn Lady. What is the audio series actually about? I realized that, I've talked a lot about what we're doing at the premiere, but not much about what the series is about. That's my bad. So the series is about two storylines, really. One that takes place in 1941 and another that takes place in 2021. All right? The 1941 storyline tracks a real world unsolved murder, the murder of Frances Cochran, who was a young woman, teenager, in Lynn, Massachusetts in 1941, who in real life, you can go look this murder up right now, was murdered in just a horrible, heinous, brutal way. There were actually a few killings around this area and this time that were similarly horrible. But unfortunately, what distinguishes Frances is that hers still, to this day, hasn't been solved. Still. So we kind of built a storyline around Frances featuring a bunch of fictional characters. So half of the story, I would say, is that it's tracking Frances up to the point of the, murder. And the other half takes place in 2021, where this bishop family in Salem are experiencing the paranormal ramifications of the Cochran murder. So we bounce back and forth between eras, and we kind of like advance with the bishop families mostly, and then dip back into 1941 every once in a while. But yeah, it's murdery, it's ghosty, it's hauntingy. I can't really say more than that, unfortunately, because it would be a giant spoiler. If you're interested and you can't afford a ticket and you don't win a ticket through the ToSalem YouTube or the ToSalem Instagram, we are releasing the whole series for free in order. I think bi-weekly is what we're going to do, starting the week after the audio series premiere, which is tonight. So if you want to hear the series, you can go and subscribe to the Salem's Ghost podcast. This is not going to be on the Salem Witch podcast, 2 podcasts. You can go and subscribe to the Salem Witch podcast. Search for it on things. It is on things. And you can listen to the whole thing once it's out, but it won't be out. Probably the whole thing won't be out for six to 7 weeks. So if you want to hear it all, tonight's the night. So that's what the actual audio series is about. Let's see here. Next question we have to the stream. You've talked a lot in your recent streams about chaos magic, but in your ritual magic video, I think what they mean is they're saying that in my ritual magic video, I kind of said that I wasn't really into chaos magic. And then they're wrapping up being like, they're basically asking me, how does it feel? Like, what do I feel about chaos magic? It's my thoughts changed. No, my thoughts are pretty much still the same. I dig chaos magic. My problem isn't with chaos magic. My problem is with chaos magicians. I just don't. Every time I've like had a conversation with one, it's just not been great. Because I'm not into like Discord, not the app. Which, by the way, if you buy a VIP ticket for tonight, it comes with a Discord server that all the cast and crew and everything is going to be in. Yet another reason to buy a VIP ticket. Okay, I'm going to stop. I won't talk about Lynn Lady again. I'm just so excited. Yeah, I'm not into Discord as in like Discordianism. And I never really have been. Like, like when I watch like Batman movies, especially like the Heath Ledger Joker and certainly the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. While I appreciate that those are interesting characters, they don't resonate with me at all. I don't know what it is really, but the whole like chaos for chaos's sake and Discord as an ethic, I appreciate it, but it doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate. I'm too ordered for it, I think, and I guess I just don't. I don't see I see the magical benefit of that sort of worldview. I don't see the pragmatic benefit of that sort of worldview. I think it can become very corrosive very quickly. And I've seen it become corrosive quickly to the people around me. Now, as a magician, I get it. And that is the way in which I agree with chaos magic and connect with chaos magic, is that I get that idea that like if you're constantly mixing and matching magical principles, esoteric principles, cultural principles, religious principles, if you're like just doing a grab bag of ritual magic over time, the likelihood that you will stumble upon something that actually works for you faster is much, much higher. I get that. I appreciate it. I'm down with it. But it's the other stuff. It's the cultural stuff that I just don't jive with. Now, that having been said, chaos magic's kind of like agnosticism, where it's like it's a very loose term that within which there are a bunch of different kinds of practicing magicians. So I'm mostly talking about classical chaos magic, I suppose, the sort that you saw like in the 90s when it started to really get popular. That sort of thing isn't really my jam, although I appreciate it. Although there's a lot of contemporary chaos magicians who are more, I would say, more sort of bent towards my kind of thinking. So yeah, it's not my thoughts on chaos magic. I never had a problem with chaos magic. I don't get along super well with chaos magicians necessarily. And also, I don't think chaos magic is, for me, it's not a very good central organizing belief, you know? I think it's cool as a tool set, but as anything deeper than that, it just doesn't land with me. So, hot take. It's your hot take for the day. All right, last question here. I won't do that one because I said I wasn't going to talk about Lynn Lady anymore. I have two more about the Lynn Lady. I could go on. All right. This last one is about Salem. I really want to come to Salem this year if COVID restrictions are lifted for Halloween. But I'm also thinking about going to New Orleans or maybe even Ireland. What's your best pitch for coming to Salem on Halloween? Whoa. Well, I don't know about New Orleans or you're probably talking about Derry in Ireland for Halloween. I don't know about either one of those for Halloween. Personally, I haven't done Halloween in either of those places. I've seen pictures and it looks great. So I can't compare for you, but I can just tell you about Salem. So what's my best pitch? Wow. Salem is small. That's how I'd start. That's something you don't realize before you come. A lot of people. And the area in which the Halloween festivities occur is also pretty small. Now, like in COVID times, that's terrifying. But fast forward out to October, new people in the office. Seems like we're going to have 100 million vaccinations in the first 150 days or so, which means the majority of Americans will probably be vaccinated by the time October rolls around this year, which means unless something goes really wrong, many things could, we are going to have Halloween this year. It's starting to look like. So let's pretend that we do have that for the minute, for the purposes of me trying to convince you to do Salem on Halloween. Let's pretend there aren't COVID restrictions in place, or that they're very, very, very minimal. Like you have to wear a mask and that's it, let's say. All right. All those people in the area that Halloween happens in is like a mile, basically a mile diameter. And if I'm honest, the area that it really happens in is like a third of a mile. The other 2/3 are spread out, going toward the water and going towards like House of the Seven Gables and stuff. And there's stuff down there, and there are certainly shops and like things to do down there. The waterfront, there's restaurants. I'm not saying don't explore it. I'm saying that most people will gravitate for most of the day to this 1/3 of a mile radius, which is Essex Street. This is the main drag. If you've seen pictures of Salem on Halloween, this is probably where you saw the pictures from. It's the main drag. It's got all, almost all the witch attractions, the museums, the restaurants, the coffee shops, all of it. A big chunk of it is right on that street, as well as like the Samantha, the witch statue is also on that street. Why that's important for the conversation about Halloween is that 500,000 on a regular year, 500,000 of Salem's annual 1 million tourists, so half, come in the month of October. Of that, 250,000, so half of that half, come on the days around and including Halloween. So 250-ish thousand people around Halloween in a space that is, basically a third of a mile. It's very tight. There's a lot of people. Because there's so many people, it's very frenetic and energized and charged and crazy. And there are costumes everywhere and street performers everywhere and vendors everywhere and music pouring into the streets and the smells from the carnival nearby and street vendors handing out food and samples and doing tarot readings and a psychic fair going on in a mall and haunted houses and a witch street performers going around and taking pictures, preachers with megaphones screaming from the corner. I mean, it is just a carnival. The whole thing is a circus. And everyone who is there collectively just lets it be that for one beautiful, beautiful night. Is that probably also true in Derry and New Orleans? Yeah, I would say something similar is probably also true. But the difference with Salem is the witchcraft. The difference with Salem is that, that New England Gardnerian Wicca thing, you don't find that in New Orleans, not the same way. That's more about hoodoo, voodoo, Caribbean magic. This Gardnerian Wicca sort of thing, and now I would say even Satanism and a little bit of chaos magic. That's a Salem thing. I don't know how any of this applies to Derry, but that's a Salem thing. So you want that vibe, you're going to find it in Salem. You want a Harry Potter kind of vibe, you're going to find that in Salem too. That's the sort of vibe of the witchcraft there. And then obviously, the big elephant in the room difference is the witch trials. Yeah, the witch trials looms over that entire city in ways that are inescapable, even on Halloween. And why would you want it to escape it? It's the reason the holiday's there in the first place. So that would be my best argument. Is like my favorite thing about Salem above everything else. The reason I call it the weirdest place on earth is because the diversity makes no sense. There is, just 15 completely different flavors of stuff in downtown Salem. 15 completely different flavors of history. 15 completely different flavors of food. 15 completely different flavors of attractions and things to do and parks and like Salem just makes no sense. It just makes zero sense. And so if you are someone who is excited by randomness and chaos and weirdness, Salem is it's one of the best places in the world any time of the year, but certainly on Halloween where all those things are notched up to like 15. And it's especially if you, like me, come from the South, or even like the West or Midwest, you're probably not used to seeing buildings that were built in 1690 or even 1750 or something. You're probably not used to seeing those kind of buildings just around, and they're everywhere in Salem. There's a whole side of the city that is pretty much as it was when it was built. The Chestnut District, which is all these old mansions, and it's just, I mean, it floors you. And then of course there are buildings from the 17th century, like the Witch House. You got House of the Seven Gables. You got all this old architecture. It just feels, it feels old. I'm sure you have some of that in Derry, but I really think that, I'm sure at some point I'll do New Orleans and Derry for Halloween, but I really can't imagine spending time anywhere else than Salem. Even if I'm like not in the mood to go out with people, just there are tons of people. Every Halloween, there are people who literally just camp in restaurants. And you see them. You see like the same person through a window in a bar every time you pass it through the whole day with their family. So there are people who literally just like get a spot with a window and don't leave it and just watch, just eat and drink all day and just watch the Halloween revelry pass them by, which is, I get it. I totally get it. I could watch it too. It's insane. So that would be my best argument, I think, at the moment. And also I'm there, and why wouldn't you want to come and hang out with me? All right, cool. That's the end of the Q&A. And again, we're doing a bit of an abridged show this week. Hey, starting next week, which is also February, the live streams and ToSalem, the videos on the channel, all of it is going to start kicking way up into high gear. Reason being because I've been doing these live streams for the past few weeks or a couple months now, and I have been thinking a lot and doing a lot of like ceremonial ritual stuff that I want to share, and I want to create a space for that to happen. So I am doing that, and I also want to get back to like the roots with making like Salem videos and spooky videos and essay sort of things. So I've actually like started kind of putting together a team that's going to help do this. And I think we're going for it. I asked you guys about it last week and you were so encouraging. I think we're doing it. I think we're going to ramp it up. I think we all want this to be like what we do. So we've got like a few things that we've designed to go along with the experience tonight. I see us doing a lot more of these kinds of things in the future, which are very like audience based and about like getting you and us together and doing something cool in a digital space. And then hopefully when the world opens up back again in real world spaces. But I'm pretty all in at this point, if I'm honest, with ToSalem, and I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. I've ordered a bunch of stuff. Just getting it set up. Got a bunch of changes in mind. We want to become your home for everything Salem, witchcraft, history, Halloween, New England spooky. Like, we want that to be us, and we want to be giving you just a constant outpouring of stuff that is always pointed at one of those areas. So hold tight for that. If you're coming to the show tonight, I cannot wait to see you there. I really, really can't. We are all just so excited about this, and so many people are coming, and I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it again, but I'm just floored. I mean, I'm floored by that it's even happening and that it's as good as it is, and I can't wait to share it with you if you're coming. Thank you for tuning into this different, shorter live stream. I promise it won't be like this in the future. Today is a day. Today's the day, and tonight's the night. So, popping in to say hey, answer some questions. Thank everybody who is coming tonight, and I will see you next week with, I promise, new and improved ToSalem live stream, live Fridays, and a bunch more stuff. All right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you tonight, hopefully. Next week, definitely. Have a good one. Bye.